Yo, Win Column fam, I'm back again here with another film breakdown, and this time we're going to do a quick video on Le'Veon Bell. I got a question in the comments of another video about what I thought about him going to the Chiefs, right? I didn't know what to say because I hadn't done the study, so that's what we're going to do right here, right now. We're not going to do a lot of talking. We're just going to get right into it. So I got you guys here on week 1 in 2020. Okay, so this is this year, week 1, and what we're going to get is we're going to get Le'Veon Bell lined up here in the slot, right? And what the Bills are going to do is put a linebacker on you. So one thing, they're going to put a linebacker on him, and one thing that I can tell you about Le'Veon Bell, right, on this out and up, here's one thing that I can say about what we can expect from him. A linebacker can still get that ass dusted trying to cover Le'Veon Bell one-on-one in the passing game. That is for sure. So when you're talking about moving to the Chiefs, this is one thing I could see continuing to happen if they decide to use him this way. He should be great on passing downs, just a natural catcher of the football, still runs great routes and has enough speed that a linebacker is not going to be able to cover him one-on-one, which they're going to try to do right here. Get the out and up, get the head fake, get up the field, beats the linebacker, easy catch, right? And look, here's some of the subtle details, because stuff like that is guys who are really good at football can make that kind of stuff look really easy. But here's a couple details to look for when you see a guy being split out into the wide receiver position, right? Watch how he gets the head turned around, right? That gets the linebacker flat-footed looking into the backfield, which means that he has no shot to be able to stop him from getting on top of that route. He stacks him, which is something that you're supposed to do at the receiver position, so that if that guy tries to get to that ball, the only way he can get to that ball if you beat him is through you. That's why you want to stack a guy. But look at that right there, right? Once he looks into the backfield, right? Look at what the linebacker does. He starts looking for the ball, right? And that's his opportunity to go ahead and beat this dude up the field, right, with relative ease and get on top of him and stack him so that he can get to that. So only he can get to that ball. And if the linebacker does try to get him, it's going to have to be through a pass interference. So, look, Le'Veon Bell can still dust somebody's ass when it comes to being defended by a linebacker in the passing game, and that's this year. Okay, so I will admit that it's hard to find a lot of like really impressive plays, right? Even I went back to 2019. I tried to find the big plays, the like really like oh wow plays. They're really not there, but you got to blame a lot of that on the Jets offense. At the end of the day, it's just not a whole lot of space for Le'Veon Bell to run most of the time. So here's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a time where the Jets do get a play blocked up. Is Le'Veon Bell able to get through the hole? Yeah, he's able to get through that hole. He's able to get a few yards, right? That's not anything special, right? That's not something that's going to blow you away. But if a hole is there, he's going to get through it, right? Now, I mean, that's significant because some guys, you can give them a hole and it may not mean anything. So, yeah, he can take off, see it, and go get it. Now, here's a play that was fun to watch just from a perspective of, is Lev Bell still Lev Bell? Yeah, he can hop around. He can do the fancy little jump cuts and stuff like that. Yeah, that's still in his game. I would say so, right? So you see the handoff. You get a pulling offensive tackle, which is something that I saw the Chiefs doing a lot. So that's good to be able to say, okay, can he do this with the Chiefs? But you get that foot stuck in the ground trying to get upfield. And 99% of the time when I was watching Lev Bell, this is from week 5 this year, I should say, I saw that he always falls forward as well. So yeah, I mean, as far as I don't see anything on tape to make me say that this isn't still or that he can't still be the Lev Bell from the past. What we just need to see is him being that kind of have that same opportunity that a Lev Bell had from the past, which is being in a good offense with a good offensive line, good schemes, good play calling. That kind of stuff doesn't exist in Adam Gase's reality. So here's another play I'm going to show you guys from week 5, which I liked and which made me say, okay, yeah, that's definitely the Lev Bell of old, more so than any other play. Lev Bell was always known for these explosive jump cuts, right? Watch this. Boom. Right? Nice little jump cut. That's that throwback Lev Bell jump cut that we all know and love right there, right? You know, going to be able to beat that defender upfield. The hole closes. Boom. Right? Just jump cuts right up out of there. Tries to jump cut again, but just too many white and red jerseys around for him to do much, was going to try to fight for some extra yards. Like I say, I always see this guy falling forward. So he still plays with speed. He still plays with quickness. He still plays with power. I would say, in general, from the small amount, I watched a lot of 2019. It just wasn't a whole lot for me to show you guys there. But what I just showed you in 2020 was a lot of the same stuff that I saw in 2019, that in little pockets you still saw the speed, the explosiveness, the quickness, the legendary patience. So I think at the end of the day, what I would have to say is that this guy can definitely still play. That's not even a question. Now we're going to see what he can do with a little bit more talent around him and a thousand times better coaching. So let's hop over and look at the Chiefs to see some of what, can translate and get an idea of what kind of role Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to play in all of this. Let's do that right now. Okay, so here we are in week 5 looking at the Chiefs, and this first running play I'm going to show you guys is very similar to the first one I showed you for Le'Veon Bell with the Jets in week 5. You're going to get a little bit of a zone running look here with the tight end / fullback coming across the formation to block any kind of backside penetration, a run that requires patience and vision, the exact kind of run that I think we're going to see a lot with Lev Bell playing for the Chiefs. So I think this is just a good example of what we could see once Le'Veon Bell gets himself into the red and gold. Okay, so you get the tight end coming across the formation, a couple of different lanes and options to go. Clyde Edwards-Helaire chooses Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I think, really runs this ball pretty well. And the thing about it here is that it was hard for me to find plays and situations where I felt that Clyde Edwards-Helaire didn't play well in them, or at least well enough. So it's kind of, I think this is one of those situations where I think the Chiefs just have an opportunity to get better, so they're taking it. I don't think it's an indictment on Clyde Edwards-Helaire too much at the end of the day. I think with the exception of maybe one or two situations that Le'Veon Bell is probably better suited for than Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but more specifically, definitely in the passing game, which, as I said, is something that Lev Bell can still do. I think for PPR purposes, Lev Bell could be ready for an explosion as the Chiefs back, because I think he's going to soak up pretty much all of those touches once he gets acclimated with the Chiefs offense. So I'm going to show you guys another play from week 4 that I think is the kind of play that Lev Bell would be perfect for in the Chiefs offense, right? We're going to get a pulling guard and tackle, and we're going to get a really patient run here from Clyde Edwards-Helaire that I think I can see Le'Veon Bell doing very similar things with. As you see him just kind of, we get the guard and tackle pulling. We get some patience to slow the feet down, right? Be ready. Right? Explosion when we need it. I can see Lev Bell doing the exact same thing. So again, it's kind of strange because Clyde Edwards-Helaire gets 13 yards on that carry, which I thought was a great run. I don't think that, like, you don't have to take him off the field. I don't know if you need Lev Bell for those kind of carries, but at the end of the day, it's what it is that formation, that play call is the kind of things that I think that Lev Bell will have success with as well, is what I'm looking to show you here. But it's not like there isn't things that I think Lev Bell would do better for this offense than what Clyde Edwards-Helaire does, and I'm going to show you guys an example of that next. Now, here's an example of a play that I think when the Kansas City coaching staff was watching film of Le'Veon Bell, watching film of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, just asking themselves, how can we get better? This is a play that was probably sticking in their head where they were saying, you know what, this is a play where if Le'Veon Bell is our best running back versus Clyde Edwards-Helaire, we're going to get the yards that we should have got on this play that we didn't get. And look, we're going to get Travis Kelce cutting across the formation and cutting back with the guard, right? And look at this. The significant thing about this play, right, as we press that, as Clyde Edwards-Helaire is reading the defense, there's a missed opportunity here. We're going to get Kelce getting over here to the edge. We're going to get, I believe that's Kelechi Osemele. blocking down, sealing his edge, right? Kelsey is ready to lead block. What we need Clyde Edwards to do is go ahead and pop this ball out. That's not what he does, though, unfortunately. Unfortunately, what he does is he cuts the ball back inside. And we actually see frustration from Travis Kelce on the play, just like, come on, bro, what are you doing? I was ready to lead you down the field. That could have been 10, 15, 20 yards right there, right? So let's get that end zone angle look, and I'm going to, show it with the play kind of in motion already. Watch, boom. As I stop it right there, Edwards-Helaire chooses. I mean, he actually cuts back. He cuts the play back into this hole. With Kelsey prepared to come out and lead block for him up the field, we have Mack truck territory out here. I mean, you have the ability to get a really big gain on this play. We saw it from the all-22 angle. When you see it from this angle, it's even more pronounced. But there's a lot of green grass out there that Clyde Edwards-Helaire just doesn't take advantage of. And if you watch at the end of the play, look at Kelsey. He's like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? We have space out here. So I think this is one of those opportunities with Lev Bell's vision. Not that Clyde Edwards-Helaire doesn't have great vision. That's the thing. I'm not really trying to knock this kid in any way, shape, or form. But Le'Veon Bell has a special kind of vision and patience where he takes advantage of that, and he's still running, right? So I think that is one of the things that they brought Lev Bell in for. But I want to end this video just showing you guys that I think that Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to keep a role in his offense, and I want to show you in particular what role I think he keeps. So when we talk about what we can expect for Clyde Edwards-Helaire specifically going forward in an offense where he's going to be sharing carries now with Le'Veon Bell, I think one of the roles that he keeps is being used on those edge runs, specifically the tosses. The Chiefs love these tosses. They run them a lot. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire has a nice combination of speed, explosiveness, and quickness to where when guys penetrate like they do in this play, he's often able to just contort his body. He's so small that he's able to kind of get through the murkiness and still turn these in to pretty good gains like he does here. And I think that's a role that he'll keep in this offense, because from a physical standpoint, I think that he just has the build to be able to make those plays successful. It's not that Lev Bell can't do it, but I think that this is a particular run that I see Clyde Edwards-Helaire doing a lot in the Chiefs offense, that I'm going to show you Lev Bell in a similar kind of situation. Of course, it's with the Jets, but I don't know if the explosiveness and the speed is on Clyde Edwards-Helaire level, which is what makes me say I think he keeps a role in this offense for plays specifically like this one. Now, as I show you this toss play, I don't mean to contradict myself, because Lev Bell does get a really good gain on this toss play. But I think from the standpoint of just explosiveness, I feel like if I throw this same toss to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I feel like he gets more yards. But I show you guys that to say that, yeah, Lev Bell is going to get these plays too. But let's look at one where the defense gets a little bit more penetration, and you can see that the explosiveness of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I think, keeps his role in this offense, because I think the Chiefs may say, look, on those particular plays, we have Lev Bell, he's really good, but Clyde Edwards may be a tick bit quicker, a tick bit faster to make those plays a little bit more bigger plays, I should say. So check it out. Here we go right here with a nice toss play. It's not a poorly designed play. I don't think the defense is all over it, but I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire has what he needs in speed to be able to turn this into a gain. This is just a 3rd and 1. We only need 1 yard here, right? So what I think that in particular situations like this, I think these are times where Clyde Edwards-Helaire still gets his number called, because I think he's a little bit younger, just faster in general. I think he has what the Chiefs would need to be able to convert tosses like this, which I see the Chiefs running quite a lot in their offense. So look, just in order to not make this video extremely long, I just wanted to show you guys a couple of things that I picked up on and I saw as I did some research here, right? With that being said, I think that the tape shows that Le'Veon Bell still is Le'Veon Bell. So we just have to assume that being inserted into the Chiefs, I think this is going to be a positive thing. I think his PPR value is going to be high. I don't think it means that Clyde Edwards-Helaire is gone. I can actually see ways that he can keep a role as I showed to you guys. But I do think for the most part that they're in 9 out of the 10 things, let's just say, let's just put that as a number. Let's just say 9 out of the 10 things that you need from a running back, you're going to be able to get from Le'Veon Bell that he would do better than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think the one advantage that Clyde Edwards-Helaire has is being a naturally faster player. I think other than that, I could actually see a reality where Le'Veon Bell not becomes a bell cow. I don't think that CEH just disappears, but I think that as he gets comfortable, I think the Chiefs are going to trust him, especially for runs in the middle of the field where sometimes, you know, they just haven't been successful. I think that Clyde Edwards-Helaire has not been playing poorly, but I just think that the patience and the vision that Lev Bell is going to bring to the team means that we could end up seeing him become a fantasy asset. So we'll see going forward. We don't know what the snap count and all those things are going to be, but I hope this video shows you guys, if nothing else, that Lev Bell can play, and there's definitely some ways that he can help the Chiefs. So, you know, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Please like and subscribe if you're feeling, you know, that you want to at the end of the day. And that's what it is, man. I'm out.